If you go back 60 years, if you go back 61 years, there was virtually no service at all for anyone with a developmental disability in this community. And then a small group of people, a grassroots effort, 4 or 5 family members got together and said, we want our children raised in a different way than we were.
The fact that there was no education opportunities for individuals with disabilities in 1956 really bothered my parents. And so several families just really decided that they were not going to accept the answer that there was no education opportunities for their children. And they worked together and they created High Point Day School, a school for children. And my little sister was one of those first students.
We don't want to forget the, this program was really built out of love. I mean, it was love by the families for their children and the passion and the energy that they would have put into it.
They had to do it from their own pocketbooks. I must say that I've never had to do that. None of our employees here have. We've been paid from day one. Thank you to that generation that did it strictly from their heart.
Remembering where we came from is essential to advocating for the future. Because we were built on advocacy of parents and families, and thinking back to the energy that would have taken from them, they didn't have services. Their children and their adults didn't have a place to go during the day. So they were full-time providers and rose above that to advocate for services for their loved ones. So we have to respect that.
I think it's really important to remember where we came from because those values were strong. They were the values that made us who we are. They were rock solid in making sure everybody had the best life they could, and there's no improving on that.
I have a lot of respect for the people that came up, that started this program, and they had the same core values that we do today, and so I just think it's important for us to remember that as we go forward. Times change and the way we do things change, but really they wanted the same things then that we do now, as far as having quality lives for people and wanting work for people and good services. So I think in some ways it's still the same thing that we're just trying to carry out today. I've met so many wonderful people that I couldn't imagine not being in my life. My whole family knows people that work here. We volunteer and do things, and I think it's made me a better person to be here. Thank them for hiring me a long time ago, taking a chance on a 19-year-old kid, and I'm just grateful to have had the opportunity and grateful for everything that they do for our community and the people that we serve.
Being involved with this agency has made my life richer, and I can't imagine what my life would have been like without it. I've learned so much from the people that I serve. I've learned a lot from their struggles and from the way their life views are, and I hope that that's made me a better person.
This organization has been a dream maker for me. The fact that it fulfilled my parents' dream about providing an education for children with special needs. I met my husband, my wonderful husband, because he was teaching. He had gotten out of the Navy and got a teaching job at High Point Day School. And then my final dream, we actually started a day service, an art studio for adults with disabilities. It is very honestly a 45-year dream that I had that I now get to do every day.
When you're at a place for 34 years and I was fortunate to be in social services where I'm, hopefully, I keep thinking, made a positive difference in somebody's life. But it's truly the people that you touch and you meet, and they just become a part. They help me become who I am. I mean, you cannot have that happen. And I was fortunate to know a lot of amazing people, and it's just been a wonderful place to be, and I always think about the song and say, thanks for the memories, because they were pretty awesome ones.
I am proud of the staff here, such as Kelly Bader. She used to be my SSA. I've asked her how could I succeed to be out on my own, and I have accomplished that, and I've got a whole house by myself, and I love it.
The county board helped me get a job out in the community. I work at RTC Industries and I work at Goodwill. I enjoy it. Going to advocacy meetings, project store meetings. I mean, without the county board, I wouldn't be going to Florida or all that stuff. And now the county board has helped me to do these things that I want to do.
Logan County Board has always been committed to the individuals living in this county for their best services possible, and therefore the future under Superintendent Bauer is going to be nothing but positive.
The year 2020 is momentous for us. Celebrating 60 years is more than anything I can imagine that we're going to celebrate this year. Starting from a group of people who loved their children, and now coming to the fruition of 60 years later of us having a great facility, having great workers, over hundreds of people caring about those people with disabilities in our community. We have fulfilled, I think, the dream that they had 60 years ago. And I think if each of those persons who started this those many years ago were able to be here today, would be filled with joy.
I nailed it. Yes, you did. And especially these lights, they're blinding my eyes.